Welcome everyone to today's class on Shanti. I will put my tripod to the left, more centered. Right. Take a deep breath, focus inside, while we give time for everyone to prepare their translation, their classes. Be happy as much as you can. Today's Siddhi, Shanti, I hope to demystify or explain deeper what the Siddhi means, what the word means, Shanti. Breathe and relax. Pay attention inside. Focus on joy. Simple joy, yeah? Not explosive bliss. Simple joy. There are mysteries around the concept of Shanti. There are mysteries around this concept. Let's demystify it. Shanti in Sanskrit means peace. Peace is not necessarily the absence of turbulence. Peace is a form of harmony, the ebb and flow, the coming and going of karma, causality. We hope for peace, usually in human terms, in order to avoid war or conflict. Say, I want peace because I don't want conflict. I don't want battles. Buenos días. Shanti is much more than that. Okay? So, peace in the English, or paz in Espanol, la paix en français, the concept of peace usually is opposed to war. How about we broaden the philosophical applications of the word peace into peace of mind, peace of heart, peace of the body, which means I deal with the pain or it doesn't hurt, depending on where you're at. Shanti is much more than simple peace. Shanti is made of two bijas, the bija Shan and the bija Ti. Okay? Shan is the bija of manifestation. What comes in nature? Okay, so what comes into the world? That's Shan. Often associated to the third eye. Shan. Ti means stuff, things, phenomena of the world. Okay? More precisely, refined structures. Ti is refined structures. Okay? So it can be events, but it is anything organized, even if it's slightly organized. Okay? So usually Ti is about what happens or the things we have, not the objects. The objects is artha. Okay? So, you know, you have a relationship. You have a car, but not the car. It's more like the ability to move. Ti is events. Okay? Manifested intentions. Okay? I hope you get it. So first, you would think Shanti, manifest things or events. Let's use this to create Shanti. Before we can manifest anything, we must see it in the other way. Shanti is about accepting what happens. And this is where it became peace. This is where Shanti became translated in the dictionary as to be at peace. Because Shanti is not necessarily our power to manifest, but our state of harmony with what is manifested already. Okay? The Christians, they say something beautiful, which is, God, allow me to accept the things that I cannot change. Give me the courage or strength to change what I can change. And give me the wisdom or discernment to understand the difference, to see what I can change or not. Okay? And that third part, to have the discernment to see what you can change or not, is closest to this feeling of peace we're talking about. So going back to Shanti, accepting and finding harmony with the things as they are now does not mean to let your arms down and not change what you can. But it means that this is the current state of things. Okay? And then, wisely and prudently, hopefully, you will do steps to change what you can. Okay? But often we are not at peace, or we're literally unhappy because of the battle with the current state of things. This week, well, at the beginning of the week, there were so many unknowns in my life. Did not know what was happening with my finances, did not know what was happening with my relationships, my father, the legal paperwork, like everything was on hold, even the business part. There was so much unknown. And there were things I just could not change, because the solution is wait. The world is slower now. Because of the pandemic, every office, each at their level, is resolving it. And this week I learned what was going on with my personal finance, what's happening in the business. It started to move back on. I receive all the paperwork to be officially the guy who takes care of my dad. I've been doing it for years, but now I have a paper that says, we have finally accepted that you're in charge. After years of working on it, pandemic just slowed everything down. Everything just back. And it happened because I did what I could. Was I going to remain unhappy now that it was not in my hands anymore? Well, maybe I should watch my class I'm giving now last week, because there was a time of anger. Yeah, there was a time of more than sadness. I threw a empty carton of milk into the recycling bin. Damn, it made more noise than it should have. But that was my moment of anger last week. Yeah, it lasts 6 seconds and then it's over. But I understand I'm not constantly in a state of pure harmony. That's not human. But yeah, it didn't last long. And so Shanti, that is why I decided to give this class Shanti. I'm going to mourn what I lost. I'm going to accept the current state of things, while I'm also going to change or work at changing when I can. Okay, so that's a good example using my personal life, without details, but enough for you to understand. And 3 out of the 4 things, or, not problems, but situation, 3 out of the 4 resolved, which is pretty cool. It's nice. But it did not come through punching into the wall of destiny. It didn't come by battling with the inevitable. It came by doing my best and then saying, now I have to mourn. To find peace again, what must I mourn? What must I accept of this world, of my life, so I can be in harmony and peace? Not to be immobile. Peace is not like, okay, I'm just going to accept everything and say, fuck it, and do nothing. No. It's to be in harmony while you do what you think you can. Okay? Sometimes you just need to be creative. This week, I was written by people, and I'm having my moments where life is not optimal. I'm not optimal, but I can assure you that I'm so profoundly at peace most of the time that I probably live it better than some of you. But I'm not always optimal, and I received many messages this week specifically from people who are in a bad place. Stuff is broken, stuff doesn't work. The financial crisis. Most of the people I know in financial problems are in America. And I tell them, it's not that you have done something wrong in life. The country provides less help to the needy, provides less basic income. So, you can pray and do meditation. There's stuff we just won't be able to change. I'm sure if I had students in Somalia, I would have so much more. Oh, Master, how can I manifest more? Change your country from within, go into politics, work hard. Usually, to make your finances better, it's working. This is what I do. I've started to work, not full time. Well, actually, in the last 2 months, this week is the only week I took days off for real. Yeah, I've been working every day, sometimes from morning to night. But that's because I liked it, working hard, working long hours is usually what gets you out of shit. And then your body aches, and then your mind has trouble following, but that's the solution. Anyway, many people wrote to me about they're sad, and the financial part, when you're not financially stable, it grinds on your emotions. Okay, I can understand that. Some of you was about just the sadness of life, but there were many. And then there was 2 of those say, did you forget me? Did you let me down? I was not supposed to lift you up from the start. I give the wisdom, then you apply it. It is not my job to lift you up. It's not my purpose. I'm a master, I'm not a crotch. I'm not a scaffold or a medical appendage to lift you up. This is not my purpose, to say I'm here for you. I am there for you in my capacity, which is I do it with prayer. I did pray for those 2 who wrote and said they were broken and sad, and I let them down and ignored them. Hey, I'm doing what I can. I'm not the person you should count on. And to these 2 people, I said, go see friends. Seeing friends will make life better. Okay? It will really help. Not just friends online, friends physically in person. That really makes the animal at least I'm not alone in this world. Okay, so it's not a boyfriend or a girlfriend. It's not It's not a new job. It's not better finances, but you're not alone in this world, and there's some kind of fun to live. So friends, super important. Okay. I live total isolation very well, but most people don't live well the total isolation. I have moments of loneliness, but they pass quickly because, me and God fusion, all stuff. And I also am incarnate. I do physical things to keep me grounded. And that helps. So anyway, I hope all of this is part of helping you find peace. Shanti, going back to the Siddhi, because, I wanted to talk about all this. Because it's part of the class of accepting things as they are, while you do stuff to change what you can, and try to have the discernment to accept what you can and not. Okay, changing your entire country's economy is not something you can do now, but you can go work and accept to do work that you never would have accepted before. Maybe that is a solution. Maybe you can't. I mean, it's life. It is what it is. So we meditate Shanti to accept the turbulence, to accept it's not perfect. It's the state of things. Okay. There's this other phrase. It is what it is. And one of my friends once posted 2 years back, I hate that phrase. It is so empty. It's so aggressive. It's like accepting the battle is over. It's what does it even mean? It is what it is. I wanted to answer, well, that phrase, it is what it is. So let me give my version of it is what it is. You can fix things when you can, but you can't fight against events. You can try, it won't work. Fighting against what is happening now is not the solution. Working to find solution, working is the good term, but fighting won't work. Fighting just means I'm doing my best and it seems like a battle. Yeah, the fighting is inside. The fighting is in your own mind. Change your mindset into, I'm not fighting, I'm doing steps. I'm finding solution. I'm applying effort, but not fighting. Fighting is just a state of mind of progressing towards an objective. So if you say, I'm fighting the best I can, there's something wrong right there in your approach. Things are in the current state they are. Make peace, because some of those things you won't be able to change. Okay? So it is what it is. That's what it means for me. This is the current state of things. It doesn't mean I won't do anything about it. But it does mean that I have no idea what will work. You see, we are sometimes powerless until the supernatural kicks in. There are situations that we are powerless. As much as I want to give seminars around the world in person, I can't. But I can teach online. And, I work all week. I'm busy. And I'm productive. In the last few months, I'm actually productive. I like it. Feels good. Okay. So the Siddhi Shanti is a dual Siddhi. Shanti, accepting the current state of things. And the more we accept the current state of things, the more Shanti becomes yours. Imagine that Shanti is outside of you. And it's all the things that happens in your life and your current health, your current finances, your current mental and emotional state, your current relationships, okay, your possessions. So Shanti is outside of you, and the more you practice the Siddhi, the more you accept things as they are. And you will change what you can, and you won't change what you cannot. The more you practice Shanti, the more peace you have. While you have some turbulence, while some situation might be uncomfortable, the more peace you have in the process of causality of life. And the more Shanti is yours, the more you have the Shanti, the power to manifest events. You get it? So it's a dual process where the more there is fighting in your mind, in your mindset, the more there is a resistance to a battle or a resistance to the state of things, the less you have Shanti, so the less power you have to change it. And the more power you have to change it, well, actually, the more you accept the current state of things, the more you have the supernatural power to change it, and also the natural ability to change it. The creativity will come. Causality will help you once you accept to eat your karma for breakfast, like every day. Think, I want to eat my karma. I want to digest it. I want to pay it. Have I done something wrong to deserve that? No. This is the negative mindset of battle. I have been the best of myself most of the time. And karma is not punishment for your bad deeds. Karma is the result of causality in your life. Okay? So I want to absorb my karma. I want to live it and gain it. And the more the karma outside does not mean punishment. It's not the Christian sin for your evil self. No. Karma is how things happen. And yeah, you're part of what manifested that because you're involved in your life. It's not the bad deeds. Sometimes it is, but not specifically. If you insult everyone around you, they won't like you. That's karma. It's just going to happen. But what you did in life to get to the point where you are, this is you and the environment. Okay? It's not just you. It's also the environment. It's where you're born. It's the world you thrive in. Part of the responsibility is yours. Part is just what your current life is. Okay? So you accept the karma, you accept the Shanti that the universe is bringing to you, which is, this is what's going on now. Yes, Sarach is right with his comment. This is how I felt it when I meditated Shanti to gain peace. When I meditate a Siddhi, change of subject now, when I meditate a Siddhi, my attitude is interrogative. I'm not affirmative. I'm not saying I'm creating peace, Shanti to have peace. I'm interrogative when I practice a Siddhi. What is Shanti? What does it mean? So instead of the power trip of using a Siddhi to manifest something, I use a Siddhi to learn about it, to gain it by allowing it to reveal itself to me. And when I meditated Shanti with my interrogative attitude, with my attitude of show me, Doesn't matter what I know of peace. If I really knew it inside, if I really would have applied it, digested it, I would be more at peace. So I have the attitude of wanting to learn Shanti. And it revealed to me it's stuff that happens. Shanti, harmony with stuff that happens. But once I take it in, then that Shanti is mine. Then that causality is a resource I have because I ate it and I digested it. And now it's part of me. Because I accepted that it would have to go through me and it might not always be comfortable. And that Shanti becomes mine. And now the harmony I desire in life is coming from me back into this world. Shanti. I manifest the harmony. Most of the time, through the finding a solution and the applying of the solutions. So it's a dual thing. So yeah, I got this, the same feeling as Saraj. I exploded with like, wow, this is freaking cool. I will manifest harmony when I've accepted harmony where there seems to be none. Ooh, challenge, you know. I will be able to manifest more of what I want of life when I accept more of what I have of life. So you practice Shanti to allow it to come in. So a dual part of I'll take it as it is, it might never change. I better be at peace with it. So what must I mourn? What must I accept? You see, I just got a little, I thought about, I'm not going to mourn that little subconscious thought that came. I'm not going to mourn that while I teach it. And don't mourn. And mourning, throat chakra. Mourning is a combo often of solar plexus and throat, because in throat there's forgiveness. Forgiveness about all the turbulence, forgiveness of the system, forgiveness of nature and the environment, forgiveness of the country, forgiveness. And the letting go, solar plexus, the letting go of the bond and the attachment and the power trips and the control and all that. So, what must I mourn to be complete again, to find peace? And what must I do in physical action in my life to change and manifest? And you combine both. And there, the supernatural Shanti will come in. It will become easier to accept the things of life. And you will manifest more harmony. Now, it's not driven by greed. You won't manifest what you want. You'll manifest that things kind of happen to make life better. It doesn't mean that it is exactly what you desire. That is Kamarotadva. Okay, that's another siddhi. Okay, Shanti will allow you to accept more of life. And once you have it inside, once you've done the personal growth and the siddhi practice, you will manifest more. You'll affect your environment and your life in a way that is less turbulent and more harmonious. So then it goes both ways. It's like the Jedi and the Force. You don't control it. It doesn't control you. You flow with it. It goes both ways. Let's do the practice now. Focus inside. It is a siddhi contemplation. So you say, you whisper it a few times, Shanti, and then it goes into your mind. silently, Shanti. And you focus on what I've taught you this week to start. But then you become interrogative. Show me. Show me, universe. What is Shanti? Shanti. Shanti. So you have a mix of contemplating what I taught you and just giving it time. And it's not going to come in 5 minutes. It's going to come in, after a few hours of accumulated practice, realizations will come and changes will happen inside. Shanti. And you breathe and you relax. Shanti. 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 In case no one wrote it so far, the Siddhi is written Shanti. Shanti. Shanti in French. Shanti. It is your relationship with your karma. But for you to understand this, you have to remove your judgments to the word karma. You have to remove everything you misunderstood because you've seen and read the word karma so often without a proper explanation that it is a beautiful thing. Karma is your power. But to gain your power, you must accept it. So you must accept your karma to gain your karma. And then you have power. Okay? So accept causality so then you can have a resource. And then you can use causality to put it back in the universe. And then it flows like that. Okay? So Shanti is the harmony with your karma, with your causality. But any kind of punishment idea you have, you must get rid of it. You have to strip your mind of this evil chastising God, like the universe punishes you for being a bad boy, a bad girl, or a bad them, if that's your thing. And yeah, work on yourself. And no one is going to save you. Oh shit, this is a hard lesson. No one is going to save you. If life is hard, find a way to work. If you're physically and mentally able to, go work at anything, humiliating things, and hang out with friends. That's the first thing. And if you're so broken inside that you can't have friends and can't go work, I still can't help you. And no one will. You have to work on yourself. There is a way to find peace with your life as it is right now. And then the Shanti will become a power that brings more harmony. It might not be the exciting life you dreamt about, but you can have a simple daily life of one day at a time, just doing your best. All right? Shanti. Hey, that was a nice class. Love you all, and keep up the good work. If you cannot afford to pay me for these classes, it is my way of working for the humanity, to give these classes to everyone who wants to follow them. If you can afford to help me, this is how I earn a living. So please go to my website. The link is in the page, the top of the page where these classes are shown. Mahavajra.com, basically. And subscribe to the monthly membership. The basic plan is $9 per month. And this is how I earn a living. So if you can afford it, please pay. Be respectful for the fact that I'm working to give you this wisdom. And if you can't pay, or if you're uncertain and insecure, it's okay. I'm giving this wisdom to the world because it's my way of bringing more to the world. Okay? And those who can pay, please pay. Those who can't, just don't worry about it. Okay? Because I love you all and I want you to thrive. I want you to succeed, to go further. And also to find peace here, not going further, to not thrive, to be in harmony in the current state of things. Because ultimately what we want is to be a bit happy, to find peace. All right, Shanti, man.